Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I am your righteous Game Master Tom, and this is Adventure 43. We are here coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday. We just did some level up, got our characters to level 9, which is super exciting. If you want to hear that, check out our patreon.com/IngloriousBards. Gets you access to the after shows, level ups, and some one-shots as well. We appreciate the support. We have just finished a major campaign arc with the group. They are returning back home. We're all interested to see where they go and what they want to do next, especially with these leveled up characters. Let's get a brief introduction of our characters. We will start with Galen. Galen is our human thaumaturge, a supernatural swordsman. Galen, now that you're heading back to the Kingdom of Navarre, where you've come from, what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I think it would be great not to royally screw up for more than 3 consecutive days. That might be nice.
All right.
Judgmental much.
We have Hemlock, a fetchling gunslinger, kind of a master of shadows and guns. Same question. Heading back to Navarre, what are you looking forward to?
Collecting a head in a red cloak.
All right. Any head in a red cloak is all that you're after.
That's very, very specific.
First red cloak.
First cloak head.
All right. We have Jericho, our gnome bard. What are you looking forward to?
I think just feels like a turning of a chapter in my life. The loss and the change and the accomplishing this mission, and just finding out what's next.
Okay. We have Sir Yonic, our human champion.
Crush my enemies now. To visit the churches,
All
the
right.
temples in Tabernary, and to check in on the people that we have helped previously.
And last but certainly not least is Zaldor, our elderly, some say aged, human wizard.
Wizened.
Wizened? No, no one's saying that. What are you looking forward to, Zaldor?
I am Zaldor, wizard of the Seventh Tower, keeper of the wind spheres over the Thousand Isles. To be perfectly honest with you, I've been in the Seventh Tower for a very long time. And though there was a bit of a excursion into Tabernary, the one time I was here when I appeared here, according to Jericho and several others, I didn't really try the food. Very excited to try different cuisines and travel around. I consider myself a bit of a foodie in different places that I go. And well, it does remind me of a time down in Thane.
All right, thank you.
You have to go to the Yosoki district.
Zaldor guest stars on
Most
Portlandia. All right, now if you notice, I didn't ask Christopher about his characters because his characters didn't make it out of the last campaign. So we will see what he's doing other than keeping that seat warm tonight. All right. Well, let's get started. We'll start with a recap from Jeremy because I have a feeling this is going to be the best adventure yet.
Last adventure was not the best adventure yet. We nearly died so rapidly. We were in the bottom of the Ashen Queen's spire. We were in the middle, frankly, of a fight that we had been doing for what felt like hours. It was just going on and on. And right where we left off, Alcanet, who was battling the Ashen Queen, was mentally dominated by the Queen. And so she was turned on us. She did her best to hold back on the massive amount of dangerous spells that she had, including making Hemlock Hooflock, turning into a part goat.
Forgot about that.
All sorts of goat-like features, making his guns a whole new trick to play with. Went after Galen and Galen's shadow, as well as Zaldor, if I recall, creating some sort of an infection on him. Then there was a lot of chaos back and forth. We were starting to handle a pretty good number of the minions, with the Ashen Queen as an exception because she was devastatingly strong. But Jericho recognized that where a lot of the threat was coming from, and frankly, our goal for being down here was this giant corruption stone. Considering it being his last action, thinking in his heart, what would Dash do? Jericho teleported himself atop the corruption stone and then used a horn of blasting, creating the most incredible, unique sound that had ever been heard inside Varen, and blasting this music into the stone, wah, exploding it. He landed off the ground in a form that frankly should have obliterated him. Instead, he Black Widowed right out of it and posed at the end because he made a perfect roll, getting himself saved.
Poser.
And changed the face of the battle. From that point on, there was a whole lot less strength. The corrupted void claws that were coming after us vanished, disappeared. The ground was easier to fight, and we were able to get in the fight ourselves. There was a lot of back and forth of trading blows and near death and survival back and forth with just some huge hits that were going on. And finally, the Ashen Queen dealt the final blow. I'm sorry, let me say that again. The Jagged Witch dealt the final blow to the Ashen Queen and completed what her task was, which was to destroy the bloodline of Thave. Also, it's worth noting, the bond that was created when we freed Alkanet from her tomb was also resolved, which meant that Alkanet was 100% free and operating under her own will. She had the absolute opportunity to completely annihilate us at that point, but instead made us an offer. We could leave Thave now, forever, and let her resume her power and her reign, or face the consequences. We chose the former and got the heck out of there. That literally is where we left off. The Guardians of Tabernary, the missionaries or mercenaries, depending on who you're asking, sent by Callian Varro to Thave to destroy the corruption, left it in the hands of the Jagged Witch. Again,
Womp womp.
first time after 3 centuries, and are now returning back home, somewhat successful, but certainly wiser for the actions that we took. That's where we left off. That's where we leveled up, and that's where we're starting now. So let the adventure begin.
Our heroes have left the city of Kasir, the capital of Thave, and made their way north by northwest, having liberated some horses from the capital, as there was a great deal of turmoil and chaos with a bit of a violent, bloody coup, if you will, quite literally. You have been riding for days and days. It's been perhaps a week of travel before you cross the Red, a big, wide, slow-moving river that is tainted with the rust-colored silt from the Blood Hills far to the east. It is noted because it is the border between Thave and Navarre. And as you ride your horses across it, you realize that you are not all the same as you came across it to begin with. Some of you changed forms with the reality changing. You are also without your archer. Both Thon and Gegi is no longer returning. You have less party members as you cross. Do you have any other thoughts as you guys leave Thave, or any words that you share as your horses cross this river back into your home kingdom of Navarre?
Good riddance.
Friends, we're here at a crossroads. And unfortunately, this is a crossroads of which I must leave you. I intend to travel my own path and return to Tabernary. And once there, it is my intent to remain at the temple. I will follow this champion's calling no longer. We failed. I failed against the Blood Witch. And as we have raced from danger to danger, we have done so without knowledge or wisdom. And it has cost us dearly, time and again. I will put no more people in danger. And I wish you well. I hope you all find what you seek. And I also hope you find peace.
We have like 300 more miles to go together.
This is going to be really
We'll
awkward.
just keep going the same direction.
You're staying with me the whole time? No, I really mean it.
You really feel like we completely failed?
I can only speak for how I feel of what I have done. And I have failed.
I don't think you failed. Are things ideal? No. But are things ever going to be ideal in this land?
They will not, but I went on this quest seeking wisdom, seeking knowledge. And I think I have a better understanding now why Carahel does not have champions. But for it to have one, that champion must be wise and knowledgeable.
You are both.
I am neither.
That is not... I disagree.
But
Look at the things we've done, the things we've been through. You can't say you're not wise or knowledgeable. You've pulled each one of us out of fires.
fires I have put you in, friend.
You've not put us in any fires. This land, these demons that are trying to corrupt the land, these godforsaken witches have put us in these positions. You have done no such thing. If anything, we're better because of you.
And I would argue, on top of that, that wisdom is never granted. You cannot have wisdom. It is earned. And you have certainly earned the knowledge that you have and the wisdom in how to use it. It is hardware earned. It always is. But you are not wrong in that you are the first and only champion that your goddess has ever seen. There's a reason for that, Yannick. You earned that too. This is not a gift that was bestowed upon you. This is a legacy that you are creating. And there is no path that anyone has ever walked before that you can follow in. You are creating these steps. You are creating the path, and you will stumble along the way. But that's why you keep your friends with you, so we can hold you up as you move forward.
I hear your words. And because, perhaps, in that wisdom, I know where I must go now. And that is to the Temple of Tabernary. And where I must reside for now. I can travel with you all for now, no longer. I am sorry. But I know what path I must now seek. And that path leads me to Tabernary. And for now, at least, to remain within the temple.
Can I just say for a moment that, boy, we really screwed things up, didn't we? Like, objectively, this doesn't feel like a win, right?
It does not.
Yeah, I get you. I'm not one to lecture anybody on commitments, but I feel like you got to do what you got to do, Yannick.
Thank
Although
you, Galen.
I would suggest maybe seeking out Callie and Varro and seeing what her opinion might be of what happened here. How much control did we have over this?
She has meddled in my life enough for now. I will avoid her.
You think she'll let you go?
Perhaps I can ignore the call.
Hey, old friend, can I ask what was it you were in all this chaos that we walked through? What was it you were hoping to do, to accomplish, that didn't pan out, that you felt like you failed in?
To free the people of Thave from an evil ruler, to not install an evil worse ruler than what existed before, to help those people, to help Thave. We have done not that.
You thought the five of us were going to walk in and overthrow the government of an empire?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was our mission. That is what we were set to do.
I thought we were set out to destroy
It's not
the
one-
corruption, the stone.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I was set out for one big thing and one little thing. The big thing was to find my friends, and the little thing was to maybe Callie and Bro said some rock fell from the sky that was messing stuff up, and see if you can break it.
Yes. And we have traveled together for a long time.
I found my friends and I broke the stone, and I feel like we kicked butt. Hemlock and I came down here looking for you guys. Somehow we found you all in the fog. We lost some and we found some. And we tracked down the rock and we blew it up.
We even.
I mean, you're gonna walk the path you're gonna walk, but I just find it strange that you're walking feeling like an abject failure, and I'm walking back feeling like I accomplished everything we set out to do.
And I do not mean this with any disrespect, but we have not walked with the same purpose, even though we have walked together. And that is perhaps why we feel differently
Okay.
at the end.
All right.
I am
would like-
glad that you have accomplished that which you have sought to do. I wish I could say the same.
I'd like to ask the people of Kasir and of Thave if they think we kicked a butt. They think they're in a better place now after our presence there.
Objectively, I would argue yes. They are back in their religious normity. It's not a good place compared to where we come from. It's not the same culture that we grew up in. Certainly, I don't believe people want to be slaves. But they are no longer potentially possessed.
And they
The
don't got-
Void Claws no longer hunt them.
Yeah.
There is no corruption stone. There is no grand plan that can be accomplished by what was the Ashen Queen.
turning their people into creepy, veiny monster things.
Not everyone knows what we've done. Very few of them will ever remember seeing us at all. But I believe their lives are, at least for the moment, better than they could have been.
Yeah, I'm sure Alcanet's going to be real relaxed after 300 years in a sarcophagus.
Is there a country with an ice boss?
And
All right.
we miss Geggy.
I appreciate your words, friends. I have thought long and hard about this over the last 10 minutes since we left Dave. But I know my place for now is in the Temple of Tabinry.
Well, we will accompany you then. Make sure you have safe travel at least.
I do not believe all of us intend to make our way to Tabinry.
I do have a stop to make, but I will meet you in 1 month's time back in Tabinry.
Are we losing the team? You're not leaving me too, are you?
Sam's pushing the boat out of the river.
Jericho, it would be my honor to accompany you. We can continue on to Tabinry. I cannot return to where I came from. At least not at this time.
Galen, where are you going?
Truth be told, I don't know. I am very weary, but also restless.
Perhaps, Galen, it would be worth seeking out the wardens. If anything, to share the poor news of our loss of Gegi, so that they're aware of their sacrifice and the work that they've done becoming Alcanet.
Well, I dare say we'll encounter them in Fenmorrow.
Right, as we approach the woods, are we all going to travel through them together? Or are we going to follow the map path around?
Hemlock's gonna follow the river to the west and then up the coast to Mirskon.
So you're definitely splitting as soon as you cross the red.
Mm-hmm.
Splitting now.
Hemlock, we're,
I have a score to settle.
you don't need to do this on your own.
I know. But I feel the rest of you should accompany Yannick. I'll say my farewell here.
Feel no obligation to travel with me.
I have nowhere to be, and I have unfinished business in Mirskon, so maybe I'll travel with you a while.
My plan is to move quick.
Why are you looking at me like that? Cabins are cozy.
Be nice to get some wind in the face.
Okay. I will not deny your company.
I don't have anywhere to go.
Jericho, everyone has some place to go. Everyone can always return home, if that was an option. I am not everyone. However, you might have a home that you can return to.
Tabinry was only home because Dash was there.
Where were you before, Dash?
And home. That's where Yannick and Galen and I all grew up.
I've never been to Edlinholm. That sounds like quite an adventure. May I accompany you there?
Be awkward. It was not necessarily a good leaving with my parents. They didn't want me to be leaving.
Did they ever expect that you would travel to Thave and destroy corruptions throughout the entire world that saved Navarre? Or that you encountered a wizard of the Seventh Tower? Keeper of the Wind Spheres over the Thousand Isles?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they said would happen. No, they didn't say none of that.
Well, it sounds like you would possibly regale them with amazing tales. I know your songs are already somewhat legendary.
All right. You want me to say anything to your family?
I appreciate that, Jericho. That's very kind. If you don't mind, I think I'd like to write some words down for my parents, if you wouldn't mind delivering them.
Are you sure you don't want to go see them?
you think for one moment I'm going to let you out of my sight? Will you go chasing an assassin who put a bullet in your back?
It was in the front.
Hemlock, you think it's awkward that I have to go see my mom and dad because like I snuck out and didn't want to join the family band and stay and take care of the store? Someone quit the city guard and lost his wife, so that's be more awkward.
Mm.
Jesus. So I'll break that.
Put it
news.
that way.
Then they can yell at me.
Besides, if I have to go to Mirskon and face what I have to face, I'd like somebody I know and trust to be there with me.
Well, I would be honored. However, I've already committed to Jericho.
Ah, my loss, Zaldor.
So
my
sorry.
loss.
So should we meet you in Edlinholm? Or are you going to just go to Edlinholm and then return to Tabernary?
How any idea? It's going to take you a while to find your person and then kill him.
We'll get back to either Tabernary or Edlinholm in 1 month.
Well, I would say on the fortnight, let's all meet back in Tabernary.
At Pegs.
At Pegs!
Sounds good.
1 month's time.
What is a fortnight?
It's 14 days.
Is that enough time? 14 days?
No.
About 2
I said
fortnights.
2 fortnights.
I'll raise you!
More of a castle night.
2.2 fortnights makes it easy.
More of a citadel night.
I apologize for not being able to send you with a cozy cabin.
Oh, it's fine.
But here's a wet kiss.
Yannick, I know this isn't the last time I will see you, but it has been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure traveling with you, friend. Keep those guns out.
Will do.
You're a tough son of a bitch.
Arm lock.
So are you.
I don't think this is the last time we'll be on the road together.
I hope to see you at the temple.
I want to check out that glowy ball in your basement.
Are they still on
Leave
the
my
Thave
balls
side?
alone.
It's like Eyes of Thaves or
Oh, yeah.
or Eyes of
Hemlock's
Alcanet.
got 1 foot just waiting for him to shut up so we can cross the border.
Oh, we've been walking the whole time. It's a brisk walk.
Is anybody going to dance on the border? Navar. Navar.
No.
No one even thinks of that.
Get out of my kingdom. Yeah,
I was
even
gonna say, I just
Yannick
want to irritate
splits
Alcanet.
as he's leaving.
All right, the group splits off then. We
I think-
have. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Just right when we get to the border.
Yeah.
Like wherever it seems like the border is, Jericho will turn around, drop trout, and just pee right into Thave.
Okay.
So right into the Red River?
Yeah, probably
Calvin
not the
style.
first time that's happened. All right.
Now Alcanet has your urine as well. Oh, my-
Every single one of your bodily fluids.
I'm waiting for
Not
more
everyone.
Everyone line up. Think of the princess.
The special flautist.
All right, on that note, the group splits off. We have Hemlock and Galen heading northwest, following the main road towards the coast, towards the city of Mirskon, capital of Navarre. And we have Jericho and Zaldor heading north to Tabernary and then going beyond that to Edlinholm, then coming back to Tabernary after visiting and then Edlinholm.
Correct.
And then we have Yannick, who says he's done traveling with y'all, and he's heading to Tabernary. We'll stop there. Are you staying like 100 feet behind them as you ride the whole time?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to outdistance them.
I really wanted to go back and have Jericho say, I got nowhere else to go in a crying fit as though you're facing Louis Gossett Jr. I just wanted that. And when you said this is going to be awkward, I thought you were going to say like, my parents are very ageist against octogenarians. I don't think you want to be there.
That's where parents hate humans. Oh.
All right, the group splits That always turns out well.
Yeah.
Works great.
The party splits, but not into different paths of a dungeon corridor, into different parts of Navarre.
Just permanently, not for a little
Yes. And you head off. Those to the northwest take a route you haven't taken before, and you travel. Let me bring up my map here.
while. On the road again.
Where is my map? There's my map. It's a good 5 or 6 days getting to Mirskan. The great part for you, Hemlock, is the last day and a half is all along the coast and bringing up the smells of the ocean and the sights, which is where you came from long ago in your pirating days. The rest of you head north, traveling through the small trade path through Fen Maro, the forest you came down south through. All of you experience across Navarre, all 5 of you, a rain that begins with a drizzle that doesn't end and grows into a pretty significant downpour. So the feeling of returning, of almost catching your breath, and of positivity coming back is kind of tempered down a bit. With this just relentless rain and heavy clouds. So you got your hoods over you nice and tight, and rain just beating down as you ride.
And if you had no positivity to begin with, it just feels like
right at home.
warm. Yeah, okay, great.
Right at home.
Warm and cozy.
I am misery.
Those of you heading north, you cross the great plains of Navarre, heading to Tabenry. And it takes several days before you see Rivern Lake, the huge lake where Tabenry rests. And you cross over the Horn River and make your way into the city of Tabenry, past the Great Wall that they've been continuing to work on. It's been a month since you've been back here, and it's good to be back.
And Yannick is incognito. He wants to make it into the temple before running into anybody.
All right, the second temple of Carahel
Yes,
in Tabenry.
exactly.
All right. Are you going alone?
I mean, I am saying my goodbyes at some point.
All right, you're at the city gates then to Tabenry.
I would, being that my dear friend Zaldor has never seen Tabenry, and we've been on the road for weeks. There's definitely head in, get a room for a night, bathe, get a actual mattress, a well cooked meal showing pegs, a beverage, and some warm food, rather than just passing by all that wonderfulness.
Sounds great.
I like showing them, this is that place where I saw those silver strand things I told you about for the first time.
Oh, like one of these.
That one? Can I touch it?
So then you're
Absolutely. They don't do anything bad.
saying a goodbye or heading off?
I've said my goodbyes.
No, we'll see every time we come through.
I hope to see you at the temple.
What do you do there?
Seek knowledge and wisdom.
So what do you do there?
Yannick rides off.
You ride off quietly through the city gates, and the rain continuing to just come down. Make your way across the cobblestone streets of Tabenry. Right near the entrance of the inner gate, the old wall, is the former building known as Geist Groceries, which is boarded up and looks quite dark. And you make your way across some more cobblestone streets, passing by the first temple of Tabenry, the small little house that had been converted, where you guys had a crazy battle with some demons and a giant domish dodecahedron thing that came down across you.
Yes, indeed.
Then you go to the big cobblestone plaza, where there are some merchants out. It's not as lively because there's not a lot of movement, and people are just buying essentials underneath the rain. Across on the other side is a rise of cobblestones up to the fort where the mayor resides. But in the middle of this plaza are some ruins that have shown some signs of being worked on. You can see some fresh stone put in place of some ruined stone, some wooden attachments, and some growth being made to it as you approach the second temple of Tabernary. You approach and tie up your horse, which is fine there. You lasso it around something and head into the temple. They have a door, which is an improvement.
Woo!
Spared no expense.
Full-blown door here.
You go inside, you see that there are about 6 priests here. A lot of them newer folks that have come down from Edlin Home, where there's a much larger church. And there's 2 parishioners there that are praying next to a permanent statue that they've also had commissioned, made of bronze, of a book on a pedestal, all one piece. It's not an actual book, but just bronze on there. Has some chiseled writings. As you enter, though, you see 2 of the young priests just start whispering to each other. "Oh, is that him? Yeah, I think that's Sir Yannick." And they seem quite excited that you're there. And again,
it's like Aragorn coming into
oh,
Helm's
sure.
Deep.
I mean, because you're dripping with water, you got the hood on, you've got this crazy ass armor, weapons all over the place. You were quite badass.
I have hood up though, like that's gonna matter.
No one noticed.
No one will recognize me with the glasses on.
Yes. It doesn't take long before one of them runs off downstairs and returns with Priest Incalia, a gentleman you've run into once before. I think at least once before. He comes up and he says, "Ah, it is true. Sir Yannick, you have returned.
Indeed.
It has been weeks now."
And there is much that has happened. I have much to appraise you of.
Apprise us of?
Sure.
How much are you
Like I
worth?
said, it's been a while.
Intimidating glare.
It's how they say it in Thave.
You'd know if you traveled more.
The wyvern
Sorry,
said so.
it's my accent from Thave.
We've had how shall you say visions passed down from the Mirskan Temple and from Edlin Home of a great deed sent to us from Carahel herself, of you. Something about you destroying a rock and creating beautiful sparks and creating a more sanctified holiness to the south. This is greatly to be commended, or apprised, as you say.
Appraised.
Change all the words!
Sir Yannick has spoken.
We value it at 7 gold.
Common is a living language, see? Indeed, there was some success in destroying that object. But I would like to remain here with the temple for a time at least.
Yes, we can have a room if you need to rest before your next adventure.
I would like to become a part of the temple here.
He says, "Oh," the younger priest looks at the priest Incalia with surprise, who then pushes him, waves him away. And Incalia comes close and says, "Is everything all right, Sir Yannick? This is most unexpected, but most welcome news."
I feel that I have much to learn and much knowledge yet to gain. And I feel the best place for me to gain that at this time is here, as part of this temple.
Well, your time as the first champion of Carahel was not long, but what you have accomplished has been great. You are not a wanderer. of Carahel, but it is customary for wanderers who return to the book to speak about the writings of Carahel. I would like to begin such a ceremony in 2 days' time to give you some moments to rest.
I will be prepared.
Very well. And they get you a room and try and get you to rest. You don't allow that to happen, and you just start helping them work and doing some basic, was it Rocky 4 manual labor
Yes.
type vibe?
Yeah.
Just
Are those upside down sit-ups?
down.
I'm hanging off the rafter.
Yes.
Royalty kid here.
No, it's the one with the robot. I was trying to get to the robot vibe. And 2 days later, your other friends are long gone, and that's Jericho and Zaldor have headed out north to Edlinholm. During that time, Sir Yannick, at 2 days, there's a small little ceremony. The new temple is closed off to the public for just a bit, and you are brought forth to the 7 priests that are there. And Priest Ankilia says, today we are all here to welcome back to Carahel's bosom the first champion in her standing. Sir Yannick is here to return to us and to share all that he has gathered in his wanderings. And as he returns, I will have you, Sir Yannick, tell us about the writings of Carahel.
I thought there'd be a list. I need a list of them. I'm sorry.
Does he not know them?
And they made him a champion? What?
I've been busy, okay?
I can recite 7.
I was working.
We've been working our ass off here, and this is what gets
First
promoted.
writing is remembering the other 9.
Dumb jock.
In this suit.
There's
And what's with the smell?
He's always wearing that cloak. It's so pretentious. It's still.
Did he bathe?
I get to be next, Sir Knight.
Hey, Derek, will you
Why doesn't he wear
go
a
into
shirt?
the database,
It's so weird and
database, and
creepy.
call up the tenets of Carahel, please?
Look at him.
Last
struggle.
time they were read to me. Shut up, all of you.
I'm a knight! I'm a knight!
I'm a champion, damn it! I've not yet said the words. Sorry.
Champion of literacy.
On the left.
Sir Dickhead.
Sorry, guys, the teleprompter's down.
Can't even spell knight. Or sir.
Thank you for that.
Maybe somebody should appraise him of how it's spelled.
From faith.
Is that
Will
the accent he
you
has?
start at 10, Derek? Will you get 10 in there? For
Quiet
me?
now. Quiet, boys.
The 10 tenets of Carahel. I have sought for innovation, for stagnation is the enemy of knowledge. I have listened to seers. I have sought those who have knowledge from other planes and times. And I have sought for answers in that. The humility in learning, recognizing that no one can ever attain complete knowledge. And that is why I am here today. So that I can remain humble and remain and continue to learn. In the sharing of wisdom, I have tried to help and guide those that have traveled with me. In the encouragement of curiosity, I have often sought as much as we could and asked questions and sought knowledge for knowledge's sake. Though of late, my curiosity has been focused in the value of truth, which is to bear open my own truth and see within myself what growth is needed. And the strength of justice, the knowledge to bring understanding of justice, I have tried to bring to other lands. I have tried to bring to Tabernary. And that strength at times has held up, and perhaps at others, it has been a struggle. In the protection of innocence, I have sought to keep those who could not or should not fight from having to do so. The spreading of enlightenment, I have spoke of Carahel as I can, and I have sought to shed her light in the darkest of places. In the preservation of wisdom, I come now to the temple with what knowledge I have, and wish to write it down and preserve it here in this hall. And in the pursuit of knowledge, I wish to understand those writings in time, and to know how to guide perhaps others onto better paths.
And Calais says, Carahel hears your words, and so do the priests within this hall. He reaches out and ceremoniously takes your fashard
Hand it over.
and says, You are welcome here once again, Priest Yannick. And he places the fashard in a back room mounted to a wall next to a couple of other weapons, and the other priests come and place their hands upon you reassuringly. And we travel to Mirskan, where we have Hemlock and Galen riding into the large city of Mirskan, capital of Navarre, which we have not seen this season. Here in Mirskan, it is a multi-tiered, huge place. There's a small bridge that you cross after paying a little fee, and you make your way into the city. You're spending some time there, but still trying to make that, 2-fortnight deadline. Mm-hmm. And what is your goal? What would you guys like to do here in this city?
What exactly is your plan?
We should
Emma?
probably see to your task first. We might have
That can wait.
we might have some heat on us after my task. You know why I'm here.
If there's a big unanswered question here. In all of the shenanigans in Thave, we never learned what Vedanite was. I'd imagine there's a pretty decent library here in Mirskan. Maybe we should do a little bit of investigating and gather some knowledge while we can.
It might even be a shop or someone that collects oddities that might know.
Maybe we can ask around a little bit.
Yeah.
Any ideas where to start?
I've never been here before.
I've only been here but briefly.
Well, I do. Yeah. Yes. Let's find the House Ileth. I have somebody there. I need to talk to him anyways. And should be open to answering some other questions.
Whose house is that?
Mr. Ileth.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because he was in Tavernry once upon a time.
Trustworthy?
Ish.
Keep my eyes open.
Yeah,
Got it.
always.
All right.
So I ask a guard about House Islet.
House Islet, they tell you where to find it. And you guys make your way through the city. The rain, again, is relentless and heavy. You avoid some large puddles. The people are kind of staying to themselves and gloomy. You make your way to the district where it's located at and approach the House Iolith. It is a large manor with a huge courtyard. There are multiple patrols of guards in this district that cast you some looks from time to time, but don't harass you. There are multiple huge manors in this area, multiple houses as well. All of them have some gates with guards outside. House Iolith is the only one without. It is a big, probably 25-foot wall structure, but the gate, there is no gate, just a gateway and opening, and then a really dense courtyard within, and more of a natural path with big bushes and big trees that dominate the area. You can't even see. You can see the top of a building, but you can't see the building itself.
Okay. Yeah, I'll approach.
All right.
Does it look run down or
Nope.
just let it's growing?
Just
A lot of
growing.
All right.
You make your way through to the front door, and both of you can make a perception roll with a number of 26 as your goal.
Nope. 19.
25.
Okay.
Ooh.
The two of you make your way to the door. You see the building up ahead. It is a beautiful.
I rolled a
Yeah.
You rolled a six-sided die?
Yeah, I didn't understand.
27.
Hey!
It's like I was zoned out for a second, so maybe I missed something.
27.
Okay,
Sorry.
with 27. You see the beautiful manor up ahead of House Iolith. It is got some pillars and a facade that all have this slick, high-quality wood style veneer with engravings upon it, but you know it is much more sturdy than what it appears, probably magically infused. As you are admiring it a bit as you approach, your hand immediately instinctively goes to your pistol as you see a shape from the right and from the left stealthing out from the trees and bushes. Some sort of guard types step out. Elves wearing some little sashes that denote they're from House Iolith with long swords drawn, but at the ground, almost silently making their way towards you. And even through the rain, you're able to hear them approach.
Yeah, I don't. My hand is like close to pulling a gun, but he hasn't drawn it from the.
All right. But you're going to
holster.
let them know that you see them?
Yeah.
Okay. Then they do not pull off the cool blade to your throat thing they were trying to do. And they stop about 10 feet away and then just raise their swords and point them at you.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hello,
What brings you here?
I'm Hemlock. This is Galen.
What brings you here?
I would like to speak to Epric.
For what purpose are you here?
He told me if I was ever in Nurskon to look him up.
Who is Epric?
Epric Fincaron.
Epri? Fincarin?
Epri, sure.
It's how we pronounce it in Dave, okay?
You spent too long in Dave.
Epri is expecting you?
At some point, probably not this instance.
We came here first from many, many miles on the road to pay our respects.
He also said I could help him with a problem he has.
They lower their swords and walk towards the doorway.
I take my hand away from any weapon I was going to pull.
All right. The two of you follow them to the door, and one steps in. He opens the door and steps in. The door makes no sound. A big, tall, wooden carved door makes no sound whatsoever as it opens, and he steps in and closes it. The other turns around and just faces you, standing between you and the door, but at least you're staying dry underneath an awning above.
Yep.
Some time goes by, and the first one returns with a little sad look about his face, or frustrated look, and he says, "Come in."
Thank you.
You step inside, and it is a gorgeous interior. It is dark. It has a red, velvety kind of vibe that is a little bit more different than the outside, but there's still ornate, dark wood crafting throughout the entire place. Even the floor has this wood feel to it. It's a very weirdly opulent, natural but not natural vibe to this valuable group. As you are brought in, you sit down on a circle of chairs in a separate side room, about 6 of them. Again, a very thin wood, but very ornately carved, but still feeling very solid. The two of you sit down. The 2 elven guards stand there at the door silently. And then in comes Eprif and Karin, the gentleman you met some time ago. Back at the what was it, the
docks,
the
warehouse,
the tan warehouse.
Yep.
Din Pan or something like that.
The Double Tan
warehouse back in Tavern long ago. He comes in and he has a little tray in his hand with 3 cups of tea. He has a slightly sturdier build to him. He's got some kind of slick back grayish hair. Looks as beautiful as the other 2 elves, and strides in and he says, "It is good to see you, Hemlock."
It is good to see you as well, Epri.
And he looks to you, and your name eludes me.
Galen, nice digs you got here. This is pretty swing.
Yes, Diggs. And he offers you a cup of tea.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you. Figure it's only fair to bring a gift when you're first visiting someone in their home, and Galen pulls out the Keth idol that he's been carrying from Thave.
Okay.
This is a gift to you from Thave.
Or some sort of potion with a skull on it that you shake out. I don't know what it does.
It has claws. Have fun.
He says, "Why, thank you. I haven't seen something like this before. It's not the usual craftsmanship that we have here. Rather rudimentary, but it's charming in its own way."
It's served us well.
It's rather dusty. I
Might
don't
serve useful if you ever come across a blood witch.
He puts it on the tray so he's not physically touching it. Blood witch, you say?
No, we had some issues we dealt with in Thave.
You've dealt... He raises an eyebrow of intrigue and sits down. You are more interesting than you led me to believe earlier, Hemlock.
I've gotten more interesting since I last saw you.
And since we last saw each other, I extended an offer to you. What brings you here today?
We're here in Mirskan for a few reasons. One of them you know about. And for Lorson, I'm gonna take that problem off of your hands. Was hoping, I think I know where to find him, but was seeing if that information is still correct.
And the other reason?
Galen here has some family that he's looking for, that we believe fled.
Is the tea not good?
Flood Tavern.
A little astringent.
To find her way here.
And tell me more of this family.
Oh, nothing more needs to be said right now. I'm still really trying to figure it out myself. And he gives a meaningful look to Hemlock.
Hemlock gives you a sideways smile.
We're also looking for some information, and you seem like a pretty well-connected individual. We're looking for a rare mineral. Do you know of anybody in town who would be useful to talk to?
I do believe I could be of help with not one, not two, but all three of your requests. At a price.
Hemlock cocks an eyebrow. Yeah?
I can help you find some family if you are interested. I would need to know names and any possible interests or locations to begin a search for, but we are known for being able to find people. We find people quite well.
We are finders.
Not keepers. I know of several blacksmiths and an alchemist and can point you in their direction, some of which are quite skilled dealing with rare materials. This is Mirskan. After all, whatever can be found here. For your red-cloaked friend,
Yes.
we did some business with him not 3 weeks ago. He, if I recall, still seems to be a thorn in your side.
There's some business that we need to finalize.
And
Is
that,
he, you said you've done business with him. Is he valuable to you?
his value could be less than the value when making new friends. Because perhaps new friends don't come with as many prickly bad habits and requirements.
New friends bring gifts.
Understood.
Yes, he pushes the tray slightly farther away. It is possible that he is still within the city and we could arrange a meeting between the two of you if you see fit. But again, there would be something necessary for House Iolith first.
Yes.
Do you mind if I just ask a very simple question here, but I don't. Eprif and Karen, House Iolith, what is the connection there? Are you the head of House Iolith? Do you serve House Iolith? What is your connection to the house?
I serve House Iolith in whatever ways the house deems necessary.
Oh, right. You guys don't know anything about Mirskan.
Mm-mm.
Right.
We're dum-dums.
Got it. This is going to be an exciting event.
What do you need of us?
Well, I can think of something that has been on our mind for some time, and something that would fit your skill set quite handily. I would need someone to die. I would need someone to die quite publicly. I would need to make sure that they stay dead. And it would not be an easy kill, as they would be of some moderate importance here in the city, but a message really does need to be said, a message I really want to not have to handle myself. You seem quite perfect for it.
Okay. Who are we talking about?
Rasteel is his name. He is a traitor, perhaps a traitor to the house, but that really does not need to concern you. I can give you his location of where he works, and I would like to get confirmation of his death in public as can be, with absolutely no connection to us whatsoever, and any mention of us here at the house or me would be not advisable for your continued enjoyment of the city.
Okay. Let us talk about it, and can we meet? What time of day is it?
Say noon?
Can we meet in a few hours once we talk and once we check this person out a little bit?
By all means.
Okay. We'll see you in a few hours.
All right. Once again, excellent seeing you both.
You as well, friend.
He smiles at that, but does not repeat the friend word back.
Yeah.
And the two of you are escorted out through the wooded compound and back out into the cobblestone wet streets of Mirskan.
Know how you know when someone's got power?
They hire you to kill someone?
There's that. Also, they don't flex it. They don't need to. Are we making friends with Epri, or are we making friends with House Ilith, or both?
Both.
That could prove valuable. But
I would not involve you in this small task.
killing someone publicly isn't a small task, man.
It's not something that I feel like you should be caught up in.
Why don't we
could
find out
find
a little bit more about Rasteel?
Amaryl.
Yeah,
his help.
we'll do that. Speaking of which, we have a habit of getting on the wrong side of people sometimes. I'd prefer they didn't know my wife's name or where she lives or basically anything. I don't want that to be a liability.
Who's to say it's a liability?
Until I'm sure, let's keep that between us.
Okay.
Do you want to go check out this Rasteel guy? See
Yeah.
what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Having been given some location, you guys wander through Mirskan. You get some warm, tasty food for the first time in a while, which is welcome. And you can make each a society roll. The higher, the better.
So good at that. I almost took society during the level up,
21.
but I did not. Oh, no, we don't want that. Also, 22.
Okay. You guys ask around a little bit over a couple hours, but don't glean too much more information other than he runs a warehouse that is, you can see it is guarded. It has 2 guards out a front entrance and 2 guards around a kind of shipping door entrance in the back. That's all you know.
Are there any windows? Any other way to get in?
Yes.
What if I went in and posed as a trader just to get the feel of the place and to just feel Rasteel out too?
Okay. You do that. I'll stay out here.
If he doesn't see your face, then yeah. All right. Guess if I'm not back in an hour,
I'll be there.
come looking for me.
Won't even be. You're not back in a half an hour.
All right. Is there a guard outpost, or is it just like a business front, or what would I go knocking on?
There's a door with 2 guards trying to stay warm and dry outside of it.
Okay.
Do we know where they are? I'm looking at the map of Mirskan right now, and I'm very curious in what part of town we are right now.
They're in the Thale district.
Awesome. Okay. That tells me things.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one off from Thave, so should be
Should be
right
the
at
same.
home.
Right
Right,
about
yeah.
very close.
I thought because they're merchants, they had stuff for sale.
Galen will adopt a more jovial personality and stride purposefully up to the entrance.
I can't wait to see a jovial Galen.
Me too.
Hail, hail!
Okay, you walk up. One of the guards kind of perks up a little bit. And says, hello.
Hello, hello. Rasteel. I'm looking for a Rasteel.
And you are wearing what kind of armor and weapons do you have? You look pretty scary, though, right?
I just have breastplate on, and I've got my long sword on my side, and probably the falcata strapped to the back. Yeah.
And how do you describe your physical features again?
Well, that could be a little bit of a problem. Yeah. So, scarred on the left side, that eye's white. Hair on that side is kind of mostly white, a
Modifier's
little
just
bit peppered.
dropping. But
Yeah. Kind of black, bushy hair, tall, thin, gangly. Yeah. Wiry. Yeah.
Okay.
Dusty from being on the road.
Make a diplomacy roll straight.
Actually, not bad at that one. 23?
He says, well, what do you hear about with Rasteel?
Pardon me. Let me start from the beginning. I'm from Tabernary. I have been tasked by Mayor Plen to come here and maybe talk with some folks about opening some new trade routes or making some new connections. I was given the name Rasteel, and I am here to represent Tabernary's interests.
All right. He looks a little confused. He does kind of a similar thing that the elves did earlier, but much less stylish. He goes inside and then comes back out and says, Rasteel, we'll see you. Come on in.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You go inside and you see a warehouse that is a very upscale warehouse with crates of strange exotic spices here or there, statues that are halfway out of crates with straw wrapped around them, things that are going all across all of Varen. There is a side room where business is dealt. He points you in that direction. You head over there and they're sitting on a plush little couch with a desk filled with paperwork. It doesn't quite jive. And not sitting on the couch, quickly sitting on the couch to have been there before you got there, is a slightly portly human who then sits up and says, well, hello there.
Rasteel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. He comes over and shakes your hand. I hear you are here on behalf of Tabernary.
Yes, well met, Rasteel. I represent the interests of Mayor Plen, and because I represent Mayor Plen, I represent the interests of Tabernary. Mayor Plen is very eager.
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Galen, sir.
Oh, he takes your hand and in a strange, unnatural handshake.
Describe the unnatural hand.
The top of his hand is brushed up against the bottom of your hand
Okay, all right.
in a weird shaking motion.
I will follow floppily
All right.
in suit, yes.
Yes. A trade with Tabernary would be most welcome.
Well, as you can understand, the mayor is very concerned with the quality of the goods that we brought in. He wants the Tabernary to be known almost as the second Mirskan. So he's looking to bring in some more upscale goods.
Ooh.
Also, we've had some challenges in the past with some illicit trading. So I've been tasked to make sure that all of our business dealings would be above board. You know how that goes.
Sounds perfect. That is exactly where I trade and what I deal with. It is definitely on the high end. If your mayor is looking to pay for assurances that cargo will be delivered, that what is given to me is exactly what will be delivered, with no missed opportunities, no mishandlings as well, then I am your man.
Well, I can guarantee you that there would be no missing shipments. That is not the way we work. Mayor Plen is new, you have to understand, and if he were to be found associating with the wrong people, it could reflect poorly on him. He doesn't want to be a mayor for one term. He wants to be a mayor for several terms. So, aside from the goods, I would love to know a little bit more about your operation, and maybe you could perhaps show me around and just reassure me that if we were to be doing business, that we'd be doing business with somebody trustworthy.
Of course. Come this way. And he walks you out of the little room into the warehouse and says, distantly as his voice falls, is that with Plem with an M or an N?
Oh, that is a common mistake. Many people in town don't even get it right. It's Plen.
He walks you through, showing you different things. And this one here is actually going to Iveron. We recently reestablished some trading there. And this one here, and this one here.
As we're walking through, Galen is looking for any signs of like extra security or, things that are maybe like cordoned off, not, in the normal warehouse, like just set up as like goods on shelves and things like that can be shipped in and out easily, but things that are under a heightened control. Things
Make
like
a perception roll.
29.
Ooh, that's much, much better. Galen, tell me about the 2 new feats that you got in your recent level up.
Oh, yes, sir. 2 new feats. So one of them was Haunt Ingenuity.
There it is. So you do not see a haunt, but you do see things you recognize as some magical glyphs, somewhat in that vein. With your perception, you see them. They are placed around the windows and door entrances. So there, you think it is some moderate magical protection, but nothing massively immediately killing someone into goo the moment they cross it. But there's definitely some protection magically, more than just the 4 guards, 2 at the front entrance, 2 at the rear.
And no other guards, just those 2.
Yep.
Okay. So as we're walking around, Galen will continue to ask. Now, you obviously would not be the sole source of trade that we would have established. We want to keep our interests diversified. You understand, of course.
All right.
How can I put this delicately? We wouldn't want to upset any other potential partners. Do you have anybody in the city who you would not be thrilled about you establishing relationships with Tavern?
No, I have excellent relationships, and I think we should keep the focus here on what I can provide to Tabernary. And I think I could handle all of your needs based on what I'm hearing from you. Why don't we begin by drawing up some contracts? And we can get them all signed up. We can exchange some initial good faith down payment from you and the mayor. And then you can take those contracts back to be signed by the mayor. And I can even start off some initial deliveries if you have some goods here in the city you need to deliver.
Well, you certainly like to move fast, sir.
I do.
I just met you. It's almost as if you needed the cash infusion quickly.
Oh, things are fine. Things are fine. More than fine. Things are wonderful. Just wonderful.
Well, I would suggest that we start with perhaps a manifest. If you could provide me with a manifest of the goods that you routinely have for trade, focusing, of course, on those higher end goods. That would be something I would be able to provide to Mayor Plen to make sure that this is something that he is interested in.
All right, he starts drawing up a bunch of paperwork. You are there for a good 45 more minutes as he writes up a whole bunch of things on
A
some
Uline
scrolls.
catalog.
And it's less about what he's offering and more about here's the service. He keeps drawing it back to service. You tell me what you guys need, and I will make sure I can go find it and have it delivered and that kind of stuff.
So you're a broker of sorts.
He says,
He
I am
seems delightful.
I am a deliverer of whatever Tabernary needs, and I am so excited about this. So what are you thinking for the down payment now?
Oh, my word. I
10? 12,000 perhaps?
I am not authorized at the moment to provide a specific down payment.
Oh, my delightfulness is starting to fade.
I would trust me. There will be coin. There is coin set aside for these trade engagements.
5 perhaps then? At least 5 between gentlemen.
That could be possible before I leave the
Wonderful.
city, but I will have to gain authorization from the mayor himself.
You have some magical means to communicate with him?
Of course, there are means within the city by which I might be able to communicate with him, so I will work on that. Plus, I don't plan to go anywhere anytime soon. I'll be around for a while. And if I might, I know this seems maybe perhaps impertinent, but if a couple of visitors from Tabernary, again, part of the mayor's entourage, were to look for maybe some more illicit goods or activities, is that something you might be able to provide?
Why don't we get some initial deliveries done first, and then we can look at other opportunities?
The mayor has his appetites. He would be perhaps swayed by knowing that when he wants to fulfill those appetites, he could.
Then I would suggest that after we get some initial payment, that I will pay a visit to the mayor himself to facilitate that.
I would be happy to escort you.
Wonderful.
All right. Give me 3 days. I will be back within 3 days with an answer for you.
I will eagerly await you, and will have these contracts ready for you to sign upon your return.
Thank you so much, Rasteel.
And he comes and gives you a big hug, and then has you hold his floppy hand again, and you leave.
I surreptitiously check my pockets after he gives me a hug.
Okay,
Is everything there?
everything's there.
Okay.
Perhaps something more than you came with. No.
A note? Please help me!
I think someone's trying to kill me.
All right. Well, Galen will leave and take his leave and then go find Hemlock.
All right, you find Hemlock.
That was a waste of time.
Was it?
I learned nothing other than he has a lot of high-end goods. I've got a manifest here of the things that we could get. There are clearly magical protections on the place, which would be expected with the high value of the goods inside. Nothing egregious, but certainly nothing I'd want to stick my face into.
Yeah.
He seemed jovial, not at all ill at ease, and very, very focused on business. Business. I couldn't glean much of anything.
Okay. Do you think he lives in his warehouse?
Did I spot anything like that that would indicate that
Nope.
it's a residence? Nothing like that.
Okay. I think I'm going to stay here and wait to see if anyone else goes in and who comes out.
Can I ask you a very pointed question?
Yeah. As long as you just want an honest answer.
Always. You're good just murking this man without knowing why?
I'm not sure. I'm going to follow him for a while.
Okay. If you want, we could do a little bit of a staggered setup.
Whatever happens here, I would rather not get you involved.
Fair enough. Maybe I'll pay a visit to the library while you do your work here.
Okay. I'll come find you in a bit.
All right, we have a hero point that needs to be given out. Let's go to Derek. Derek, you've been away for a bit. Who earned a hero point?
Welcome back, Derek.
Woo, Derek.
Kiss asses.
Derek has selected Chris.
The guy with no character.
That's the hero
I'm 100% on board.
I'm going to make those dishes so clean.
Several rainy hours later, Hemlock, as you're leaning against the wall of some tavern exterior, the warehouse closes up. And the Rasteel walks out with two of the guards, leaving one at the front and one at the back. And they walk, and one of the guards even has to have a little parasol that he keeps up over Rasteel to keep him dry. And they walk through the city streets, done for the day.
I'll murder that man now.
Hemlock will stay to the shadows.
My mother was killed by a parasol.
Stick to the shadows and follow.
Okay. You stick to the shadows, roll anything but a natural 1, and you're good.
16.
Okay. They are oblivious. Do not put much sight or thought into anyone following them. And you see he goes to a fancy-looking inn that has a nice, you think it's a tavern initially, but it's more of a restaurant at this higher-end part of town. So there's maybe 8 tables. They have some little tablecloths on them, way too many attendants and servants, and he's coming in and having some food. You can see through the windows.
Yeah, I'll stick to the shadows and watch.
All right, he eats. He's joined by someone, a gentleman who's quite thin, a human gentleman, and they have a long conversation and just lots of wonderful you hear through the window. And it grows darker and darker, and then finally the two of them leave. They exchange awkward handshakes, and then he is escorted by his 2 guards again and walks around, and you are following him again, I assume. Yep. And he goes to a home, a private home, where he goes upstairs that are on the exterior to a 2nd floor, and the guards leave. They wait for him to go upstairs. He goes into the door by himself, and the guards leave.
What time of day?
7 p.m.
It's dark.
Dark and wet.
That's good. I will sneak up the stairs, go to the door, and check for traps.
Okay. I have that for you. All right, you detect nothing.
Is it locked?
You check, and it is locked.
I will pick that lock.
Make a thievery roll, please.
Ooh. I rolled a 2. I'm going to use my hero point.
22 is your goal, by the way.
23.
Okay.
Ooh, just nice job.
Jiggle, 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 and finally you get it to click and unlock.
I will creep it open.
All right. It creaks open. You are blasted by floral scents of incense that are emanating throughout heavily.
Okay.
There's some nice magical colored candles that are going on.
Sure.
And you hear him talking to someone.
Okay. I'll creep in and listen.
All right. You creep in. Is leaving the door open for quick escape or keeping it closed?
I'll close it. Yeah.
All right. You close the door. You are dripping wet like some noir killer in the darkness. You listen, and he is saying, "Oh, you did it. You did it. You've got such a deal landed with this mayor. You're going to be the best trader ever. Oh, my goodness. He just came right to you. You did so well, and you prayed so hard, and he came right to your door, just like you had asked. You are going to be so rich, so wealthy, because you're already so handsome." And he's saying that as he is bathing himself in a large tub of magically heated warm water.
I'll go into the bathroom.
Okay.
stealthy.
Come on, Hitman. Be creative.
Supposed to be public.
I drop a magical toaster in the back.
Magically
And I come up
defenestrated.
behind him and put a gun to the back of his neck.
Okay. And he's like, this is going to be the And he looks behind him slowly.
But he's still aroused.
I don't let him turn around.
Okay.
Hello, Rusteel.
Who are you? I didn't do anything to you,
Yeah.
whoever you are.
I know you didn't do anything to me. Who have you done something to?
I've wronged no one. I don't know who paid you to be here.
What have you done?
Whoa.
Why?
Is that a
is-
crossbow? What is that?
Why is someone?
Is that real?
Why does someone want you killed?
It's like a stick.
You want to see what this stick can do?
No.
Then answer my questions.
See my stick.
Can I get out of the tub?
Nope.
Oh. I've done nothing to no one at any time. I'm just
You've
innocent.
angered someone. Who? And why?
I'm confused.
Someone has hired me to kill you, and I want to know why.
Would that have some influence on whether you killed me or not?
Yes.
Oh. Who hired you?
Don't worry about it.
But that might help me limit it down.
You need to limit who might want you dead down.
If we're being honest, it's a rather extensive list.
Well, give me some of the hot topics of
Are
what
we
you
between
might.
like A and F in the name?
Why do you have so many people that would want you dead?
Just look at me. Look at what I offer. Look at who I am. People look down upon me. I'm supposed to be wealthy, and I'm not. I portray someone who isn't who he says he is.
That's not a reason anybody should want you dead.
I do it rather audaciously. It gets on their nerves.
Starting to.
They're like, no.
Who have you angered? Who influential in this city would want you dead? And why?
So you've been hired by someone influential to murder me with an unusual wand. How much are you being paid? I'm quite wealthy, you know.
You just told me you were not
No,
wealthy.
no,
You
no,
just
no,
told
no,
me
no,
you were
no,
a charlatan.
No. Oh, it's all smoke and mirrors. No, we can work together. We can make a deal.
Why would somebody want you dead?
I don't know. And I think perhaps there's been some confusion.
No confusion.
Do you have the right
I was
steal?
given your name. I was given your warehouse. You exited that warehouse some time ago. I'm not confused. The
I have
person that
money
hired
here
me
you
is
can
not
have. You can take
confused.
all the money here.
Where's your money?
And he points to a table. He says, underneath the table is a small safe.
Small safe doesn't mean a lot of money.
It's all yours.
Thank you. But again, I'm going to ask you, why would someone want you dead? What
I
have you
don't-
done?
I don't know. I'm such an innocent soul.
You just said you had to narrow it down on who would want you dead. How
I
can you be
know.
an innocent soul?
It's hard. My lies keep up with me faster than I can tell them at times.
What are you lying about?
I don't get along with most everyone, and I'm afraid day to day about pretty much everything. And as confident and sexy as I come across, I'm really quite scared inside, and I overcompensate. Do you know that word?
Just kill me, I'm feeling
Overcompensate. And I come across too strong, and I demand things of people that don't want to give them to me, and I tend, as I said, to irritate at kind of a core fundamental level.
So it's Zaldor.
So because you're irritating, somebody would want to kill you.
Someone might want to kill the irritating Rasteel, but you have before you the open-hearted Rasteel who is sharing the inner boy within him, who's on the verge of tears. If you give me just a few moments, I will have tears.
I don't want your tears.
Look, here's one right here.
No, hold on.
Damn that Johnson & Johnson no tears formula.
So, why don't we come together man to man and have an agreement that I will pay you at least double what they have offered, assuming it was a reasonable sum, and then you will go.
I don't think you have any money to offer me, let alone double the sum.
You don't look. All right, I do not have money now, but I have a deal that is coming, the likes of which I never dreamed of. And I can share in that with you. It's a political deal. I am not lying. Please believe me, I am not
I know
lying.
you're not lying.
I tell you the truth, my assassin. I am not lying. With the mayor of Tabernary, someone Clem or something. It's going to be amazing.
You don't even know this person's name?
So much money coming my way. Perhaps you could help me. You could be a guard on one of the barges. They're those little half-elf froggy guys. You could be one of them or something like that. We can make a deal.
No deal. You don't have a deal either.
No, I tell you the truth. I always tell you the truth.
You just said you lied.
From now on. What aren't you getting? It's you and me. I'd invite you in like it's
dunk his
us.
head for 10 seconds and
Okay.
pull him back up by the hair. You want to go back down?
No.
Start talking.
All right. Once when I was a little boy, I stole 5 apples from an apple cart. And
You're going back down, chunk. And then I pull him back up.
Oh, okay.
Why does somebody in this city want you dead?
I don't know. And since I don't know, then it can't be real and not worth it. Why don't we just realize
Why does House Iolith want you dead?
House Iolith? Which person within House Iolith might you be?
Why does House Iolith want you dead?
Okay, but can you narrow it down
No.
a bit?
That's narrowed down. What have you done?
I may have misplaced something, and perhaps they are under a different impression.
You misplaced, so you stole something. What did you steal? And where is it?
It's gone.
What was it?
You're hired by House Iolith, and
No,
you don't
that's
know?
not what I said. What
It
did
was
you steal?
It was their wood stuff that they have, and I brought so much of it in, and it's supposed to be so expensive and not allowed by anyone else to have, and I sold it, and now someone else has it, and they find out they'd killed. Oh,
There it is.
they're very particular about what they allow. They
So why did you steal from them? This sounds like it might have been a lucrative offer had you just been honest.
Oh, because the offer was even more lucrative on the other end. It's all just trade and money, hands in hands, and that's why we can make a deal. It's just
I
wood.
don't think we can make a deal.
No, we can. I'm sure of it. I have a connection with you.
No,
You?
you have no connection with me. It doesn't sound like you have a connection with anyone.
You're right. I don't.
He goes down into the water. It doesn't come back up.
All right.
Once he's taken care of,
Say it once you've murdered the man.
Once he's been murdered.
No. Once I am done murdering this human being,
Oh, Yannick hasn't been gone for 5 minutes.
Well, it's his fault he left.
You were the moral compass.
I'm sure this group will be better if we take the one guy with morals out of it. But by the way, I just want to pause, and I need to apologize to Zaldor and to Jeremy. My wife texted me and said, that was mean what you said about Zaldor. So I need to, sorry, that is true. Zaldor is a wonderful human being and character, and this guy is shady as heck. My apologies.
Hemlock's going to tie a noose around his neck
Okay.
and tie it off and then throw him out off the balcony of his, like, where the door was.
Okay.
Naked.
So hangs Rasteel naked.
Don't forget about the safe.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
He hangs the safe too.
There is a safe underneath a little cloth.
Yeah.
It is bolted down and locked.
Pick the lock.
Pick it away. This is a 27.
33.
Okay, you were able to pick the lock. Inside, you find 175 gold. Excuse me.
Okay.
he wasn't lying. He really is poor.
It's richer than you are.
I close the safe to. I don't just leave it open. I close it and relock it. And
Okay.
then get out of there.
All right. You get out of there.
And I'll go meet up with Galen at the library.
All right. You meet up with Galen. You're outside the Temple of Carahel where you were not let in.
Do they know my mother?
And Hemlock shows up.
Hi, friend. Don't ask. It's fine.
You got what you came for.
Nope.
You got
But
what
I
you needed
will-
to get what you came for.
Yes, sir.
All right. Was he as irritating?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Horrible.
Yeah. Do you feel
I feel a little dirty.
okay?
It's nothing I haven't done before, but it's something that I hope to never do again.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
Crush their
Yeah, so let's go find an inn. Unless you want to deal with anything tonight.
Why aren't they letting me into the library?
It's a Temple of Carahel. Who
Could we-
knows? We don't have Yannick anymore.
We could. They probably
Yannick
know.
probably sent word.
We could.
Take him off the list.
We took your library cards away from you.
Galen will try to name drop the Guardians of Tabernary and Sir Yannick at the temple to see if they'll let him in.
Make a weird inverse society roll to push that information.
Ooh. So a straight up society. Huh?
Society, please.
Kind of want it.
Sin
Yeah.
of the night.
So I rolled a 4 with my society of plus 10 as a 14.
By the way, I'm a little worried that we have an audience member, Frank, who draws pictures. What scene he might possibly be drawing as he watches the show. Go ahead, Galen.
Galen is going to burn a hero point. I want to re-roll that one.
What'd you roll?
A 4. 4 or 14 total. So let's see what we get here. Not worth it because that is a 1.
Oh, wow.
In fact, you are banned for life.
Wah, wah.
They have heard of
They have
Yannick.
heard of you.
My reputation precedes me.
You are excluded from the temple.
Stamp your hand.
The book
No.
Nazi. No learning for you.
Rude.
All right,
Be
you guys.
able to get information tomorrow.
So we have an appointment then with.
Well, I told him we were going to be there a little while ago today, but he'll receive us tomorrow.
Somewhere warm then?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys rest, and the next day you are back to House Iolith. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You meet up with the gentleman again. And you're in that little sitting room, and Apri is there. And he says, well, Hemlock, you definitely follow through.
I apologize. I did not come back yesterday, like I said. I had things I took care of instead.
It's understandable. So, what is this family member you are looking for, Galen?
With all due respect, it's my business, and I'll decide when I want to pursue it.
Of course. You were seeking a metallurgist. He provides you a one to go see, and it's in, again, a nicer part of town, and points you in that direction.
Okay.
More interestingly, though, he says, the red cloaked individual you seek, I was able to ascertain after Rasteel was found. We looked into your new friend and found he is still here in the city. And he is expected in the Clumsy Duck Tavern in the High Bricks district this evening. After this evening, I do not know where he will be.
Clumsy Duck.
Clumsy Duck.
Very good. Thank you for following through.
Well, I hope your meeting with him goes well, and we will then have future business again.
Yes.
He nods, and you guys leave, sipping on more tea.
Well, what do you want to do, Galen? You want to go talk to this, the metallurgist, or go find your friend?
I'm sure.
You are putting this off. You came with me because you said you had business here. There's only one thing you could want to do here, and it's far past time you deal with it.
I came with you to make sure
You-
you didn't get in over your head.
You have something you need to do here. Closure at the very least.
You're right. Give me some time to think through.
Okay.
And let's wrap your business up and get that.
Or we could go talk to the metal.
I think that's
the
a
metal
good plan. Give me some time to think.
Yep.
Okay. You guys head to the metallurgist.
Yep.
The metal guy. And he does not have anything like it, but does tell you of 2 places you could find such things. And he says, yeah, I've heard of that. It's kind of rare, not particularly valuable. But it's not easy to come by. The only people I know who work on it are the dwarves in Shadow Hall. And then I know of one guy, he made some sort of bowl or something long ago. If he's still working there, and he's a metallurgist in Thave, in the capital, Kassir.
God damn
Remember when I said, you guys, there was something that... There was right
Because
there.
we had so much
I
time.
know, I'm just saying. I was like, they're so close.
We weren't busy or anything.
Nope.
Did Galen actually talk to this individual at one point?
Nope.
Okay, good. That makes me feel a little better.
When you guys went and talked to the... When you talked to the guy to get your weapon,
Yeah.
if you had asked him, he would have pointed you right to the guy who would have had it. That's.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yep.
Anyways.
Sorry, but what? Shadow Hall. I'm not familiar with the term. What is that?
Yeah, it's one of the 3 dwarven halls in the. This one's in the Storm Range, north of Calavier.
Yeah, it's way up north. I've heard of it.
You're looking at a good couple of weeks' travel. Can't imagine it'd be worth it. That metal is brittle, won't take a blade.
So you have worked with it yourself?
No, it's what I've heard.
Very well. Thank you so much.
Yeah. What else do you guys do?
Just killing time, really.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep on pestering Galen to
What
go
did
see.
time do to you? Why are you killing time now too?
Drowning it in a tub.
Brutal.
Why don't you
need
kill the
a-
red cloak guy
You
instead?
need Carahel in your life. Is what you need. Stop all the
I
death.
keep pestering Galen to find Amaryl. I ask the metallurgist about anybody opening a new market in town in the last several months.
Okay. No such luck.
All right. Listen. I promise. We take care of Lorsan.
Depending on how this goes, I might have to get out of here real quick.
I have faith. I don't know what to say yet. I need some time to
You've
think.
had months.
Give me the night.
Okay.
And we'll do.
Well, you got all the time in the world. Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
I'll meet you back at the inn.
At the Clumsy Duck?
No, I'm
Where you guys are
keeping you
staying.
out of this.
No, sir. I told you, I came here to make sure you didn't get in over your head. There's
yeah,
not
and if
a
I'm in
chance.
over my head, you'll be there, but
Well,
I'm not going to involve you in this.
probably shouldn't have let me heard that he was at the Clumsy Duck, because I'm going to be there.
Okay.
So do you want to do this together, or just want to shit show it like we usually do?
I'm not going to try and stop you.
Good.
Shit show it is.
Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, in Edlin Home, we have the elderly wizard Jericho, Zaldor, traveling with Jericho.
So this is my home.
It took so long to get here.
Stop casting that time spell on us.
Slowed forever. The two of you arrive at the town of Edlin Home. It is several days ride north of Tavernry. It is surrounded by forest. It is where Jericho was born and raised. I believe Galen as well.
That's correct.
It's a small town with a river that runs through it. There's a mining camp maybe half a day to the east up into the hills. It's famous for its temple, the Temple of Carahel, which is the largest, grandest library, I think, in all of Varennes, is located just outside of the small town, hidden behind some trees. It's so enormously outsized for the community, but people come from far and wide to learn and come to this library, unless your last name is Geist. The town is quaint. It's, again, very small. People really know one another, and you walk down the road heading towards the main part of town on your way to your home. Any feelings or thoughts as you and Zaldor walk into the town?
So as we ran out of those woods, I had this scar right here that you can still see. Galen never found his other shoe, but his dad never hid his whiskey in that tree again.
An amazing story.
Oh my.
You have several amazing stories here. That's the 9th one you've told me.
It's a long walk.
It's a lovely town. It's so quaint.
You pass by a farmer who nods and doesn't recognize you, but nods and says a good day, and it feels a little
Beep-a-da.
odd. Particularly Zaldor, you're not used to such, I don't know, pleasant down-home folk.
Yeah,
Quaint.
Quaint.
they are salt of the earth. This Edlin home.
I'm not sure what that means.
I believe it means that they are
So
comfortable in the dirt.
People of the land.
Yes, that's another one I would like to use. Perhaps people of the land, or more of streams of the lake. These people are the trees of the forest. That's a good one. We'll say that one.
I think that's why my parents came here. Most here, but like lots of gnomes are all about machinery and gears and inventions and mechanical things, or at least back east. And my parents had more of a, they weren't that way, and I think they came here to get away from all that.
Hold up there, friends! 3 people are in the way, blocking your path on the road. Not in a welcoming manner.
Fireball.
You look up Jericho and recognize one of them as Fennec, a young man, if you will, who has tormented you most of your life. If you were to be left home alone, he would be the older brother. You would be touching his stuff type vibe. And he says, I don't think I reckon. Look who we have here. The little squeaky gnome Jericho.
Hey, Fan.
Where have you been hiding? Heard that you ran south trying to get some work, trying to sing. Can you imagine that with your terrible singing? And you at least you don't have that stupid little guitar anymore.
Oh, it's in my pack.
And it's not terrible at all.
I
In
think
fact,
Alan's checking out his new 4th and 5th level spells.
Let's check that out. Let's check that out. What do you got
the
there?
impression I'm getting.
wanna
Somebody's
make-
in for
just want
trouble.
to make sure you know what all your options are. You know, when you got a thing going on there.
Young man, you are clearly misinterpreting and misunderstood of what Jericho is and can be.
I'm not talking to you, old timer. I'm talking to my good friend, Jerry.
Are you still working the farm and doing?
Yeah?
So that's good because you're salt of the earth.
Level 3 vicious mockery. Fucking suck it!
Too much damage!
I'm only a peasant.
So you've come crawling back to your mom and dad again?
Well, you know, after traversing all across the world and
Oh, right.
fighting demons and heading to Kasir and killing the queen down there, we had to come down here and do something.
Sure.
Yeah.
And end every phrase with bitch. That's where you're at now.
My mom raised me better than that.
A little gaggy on your shoulder.
Anyway, it's good seeing you. We're gonna go see my fam.
Oh, you're going to go see the family, huh? I heard they're not doing so good with the store. Sales aren't so well. Gonna try and mooch off of them or maybe help them? Maybe take over for dad who doesn't know what the hell he's doing running a store?
No, probably not gonna run a store. No. Anyway, you have a great day. It's really good seeing you again.
He spits at your feet, but not on your feet. Says, yeah, have a good one.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand
Okay.
and have it scoop up the spittle dirt and just lift it right back up to his face and say, "You dropped something."
He backs away from what is that?
Well, that's yours. You dropped it.
And he bats it away and feels this weird magical hand. You and your stupid tricks.
Yeah,
I'm going to go tell my dad about you and your stupid tricks again.
because that's what you do.
Yeah. And he kicks dirt at you and says, come on. And him and his, I don't know, kind of Back to the Future cronies run off.
Okay. See you, Malfoy.
What would you like to do?
First head into the Geist household.
Okay.
Because I have a message that was given to me by Galen.
He sends his regards.
You head to the Geist household, a nice wood, little thatch, cozy little place. You knock upon the door, and Sobrin opens the door. A fellow who looks very much like Galen, a little less Jack Torrancy, but still like Galen. And he has some quill tucked behind his ear, ink on his fingers, and he looks up and says, good day.
Hello, Mr. Gass. It's me, Jericho Quintillion.
Jericho!
Hi.
Hi!
I'm just back into town.
He looks beyond hopeful.
I have brought a message from your son.
Yes.
He is on
or
his,
should I talk like this?
you can talk however
It does
you
run
wish.
in the family.
You can talk however you wish. I'd be fine with it.
What's the message?
He's on his way to. Sorry, he couldn't be here. He's actually in Merskan.
Oh.
He and with the family, they're all in Merskan right now. He had a note he wanted me to bring to you.
All right.
I just wanted to let you know that he and I got. Well, you know that you remember Yannick?
Yes.
And
The big beefy lad.
Yeah, he got knighted as a champion of Carahel. And
I like beefy.
Did he?
Yeah,
I always thought Galen would do better than Yannick.
Well, right now he is.
Debatable.
Well, Sir Yannick actually chose the two of us and a couple of others to join him, doing some pretty amazing things. I just want to let you know that your son's been feted as a hero, and he's done some really amazing things.
And he's not dead. I'd like to just be very clear. This seems to be very eulogistic. And he just want to let you know he's fine. He's
tears in
well
his eyes.
and alive. And he's not at all dead.
But here's this folded flag.
Just wanted you to hold this for safekeeping.
Now he's got a very dear friend named Hemlock, and the two of them, they're in Merskan. And he heard I was going to be here, and he wanted me to bring this message to you. But I do want you to know that he's a true hero.
And definitely not dead.
No,
He's a living hero and a legend in his own rights. Very alive.
Oh, this is Zaldor, wizard of one of the towers,
7th,
on some islands,
1,000
and
tiles.
in charge of some balls.
Wind spheres. All of those.
In charge of some balls.
I can never get that right.
I'm getting this scene of Jericho's presenting this letter, keeps pulling it back.
The father keeps reaching for it.
Try to close the door.
And anyway, he's a super powerful wizard,
Oh.
and a very dear friend of mine, and of Galen's. Oh, here's the letter.
Oh, thank you.
So, but he's doing great. I just want you to know he's fine. He's doing super. Here you go.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again. Are you staying long?
I have no idea how long we'll be here. It's really how long the wizard here.
All right. And he's
Could put
reading
up
the
with
letter and closing the door. As he reads the letter, is there a brief little message that he reads?
There is. It's very, very short. It simply says,
Kill Jericho first.
Send him money.
Oh, you can try.
trust the messenger.
Puppy dog eyes come at you.
It says, too many things to share, too little time. Amaryl gone, my fault alone.
Stop.
Yeah.
A sorceress needed my friends and I to save the world when we may or may not have succeeded.
It's cheery.
My purpose for now is to keep Hemlock safe. Please don't worry. I can take care of both of us. I'll visit when I can. I deeply miss you both. G.
All right. He tears up a bit reading that as we return to Jericho and Zaldor heading off.
As we walk off, I'm going to pull out my ring that I wear all the time now. My new ring that I got while we were down in Thave. It's a messenger's ring. And I'm going to, for the first time, use it to actually cast a message.
Okay.
But it's actually, it does the animal messenger. So as I get it, I sing a short message to Galen. I sing a message to Galen that the message has been delivered to his father, and Fennec is still a jerk. And as I sing, this little canary kind of just grows up out of it. Pops up at first looking arcane and magical, but then becomes just a living bird, and I just lift it off and it slithers off, letting know to Murskan
Okay.
to try to find Galen.
All right. Off it goes.
To whisper in his ear a
That's
message.
super cool.
That is awesome.
And then head to the home in the store.
All right, you head to the Quintilians store. It is a general store where everyone in Edlin Home buys their goods. And Zaldor, once again, a lot of quaintness is to be found. I don't know how that settles with you or not. Your voice seems to carry a different desire in life, but
There is a very distinct lack of arcane knowledge in Edlin Home, almost a void, which is interesting. It's not one that I normally encounter. I believe Edlin Home was something that I read about in one of the many tomes. There were heroes of this place, and there was different events that happened here throughout the years, and it's much smaller than I anticipated when I read it in the books. It's lovely. It's a very, very gentle feel that I've not experienced much in this world.
Yeah, it's kind of a dump.
It's always
level 9,
slower when
bitch.
you go back.
As I go up, I don't know how much the jerks were kind of blowing smoke up my butt, but as I go, I will be having just this eye on home. Is it looking worse for wear since I left?
nope, it's looking decent.
Okay.
Looking decent. So the home is connected to the store. You go in through the store, and it is a small place packed to the gills with as much as they can fit in. And you see your mother there, Faltina Quintilians. Zaldor, you recognize her as being someone of much older age than you were expecting. So she had Jericho at a later point in her life. She looks around and with the jingle of the bell at the door and says, welcome. Is that you, Jericho?
People love you, Mama.
Well, come here.
I'm just going to run up and pick her up and spin her around.
Oh, my. Oh, well, put me down.
I
And
put her
she
down.
pats you on the head and then comes in for a formal kiss on the forehead. You're tracking mud. Let's get that outside.
I will just cast Prestidigitation and start cleaning up the mud.
All right, no need to show off. It's so good to see you, though.
It's wonderful to see you.
I
again,
was so
Mama.
worried about you. She pats you on the shoulder a little bit. You're alive and well. You look good. You look like you've got not enough to eat, though.
No, I've been on the this is my very good friend Zaldor. He is a wizard of the seventh tower, and the keeper of the wind spheres over the
spheres.
1,000 islands.
Well done. Correct.
Got good at that time.
I've never heard of whatever that is.
He's a wizard.
Oh,
A pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Miss Quintilians.
and how did you two meet?
Do you remember when I messaged you about my very good dear friend Dash?
Yes.
Yeah. Dash turned into him.
That's a simplification, I believe, but there was absolutely a reality-bending occurrence in which Jericho's friend and half of our traveling party, the Guardians of Tabernary, were in fact changed personally. We were focused on different types of beings internally in ourselves as though we didn't exist in a separate reality. We then became a part of this reality, and therefore I exist now, Wizard of the Seventh Tower, Keeper of the Wind Spheres over the Thousand Isles, and now a member of the Guardians of Tabernary. Dash, I'm afraid, is not in this reality any longer.
He disappeared into the foggy mist that doesn't exist.
Right, again, a reworking of reality at that point. It was really a shift of the way the world is and was perhaps viewed at that point. Also, on the good news, during that same trip, we were able to destroy an aberrational corruption that would have destroyed and potentially harmed all of Navarre in itself.
Oh, and we killed the Queen of Thave.
Your son is a hero of the world.
Well, that's kind of... I blew up a bad rock.
He destroyed a stone of corruption that should have, by all rights, obliterated him in the process.
I'm super hard
and
to
yet,
kill.
he survived and came through with it with the most amazing music that he can perform now.
Oh, Mama, I met a demon. And then I killed him.
He's very powerful.
Wait, was it a devil or a demon? Do you remember?
At that time, it was a demon. It might be a devil at this point.
Okay.
Also, there was a witch involved, but that happened at another time. He is a very powerful bard. And it's wonderful to meet you. Is that pie?
She makes the greatest huckleberry pie.
That reminds me of the time I tried huckleberries. The very first time was 300 days ago. If I recall, I didn't exactly count it down. It was right next to the blueberries.
But see, if you were in the mist, that might be a different amount of time.
That's possible.
Yeah. Or it might have never happened.
Do you have any huckleberries?
Well, dinner's in 2 hours. Huckleberries will be available.
That's wonderful.
You need to leave your boots behind. And then you hear from the connecting door to the home, Jericho! And in comes Nibon, your father. He comes in and runs through and tackles you to the ground with a big hug. Oh my God, there he is! Oh, and he rustles your hair. Oh, it's so good to see you. I can't believe you're here. What brings you here? Oh, tell me you're going to stay forever.
My feet.
He always does these terrible jokes. I've got a better one.
Okay, go.
Here's my joke.
Okay, go.
What do you call it when a pixie steals your pie? A very unfortunate event.
Oh, hey, I had a very good friend who was a
where
pixie.
Jester went.
But they died.
That makes so much sense.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they got killed by a blood witch.
Oh. Well, keep it light, Jericho.
No, but then the blood witch, we killed the blood witch, but then it was the old Queen of Thave, but she'd been dead for a couple
Well,
hundred
who's
years.
this guy? Tell me about this guy.
Wait.
He looks funny.
That's Saldor. He's the Wizard of the Seventh Tower and the
Yes.
Keeper of the Wind Spheres over the Thousand Isles.
I am Nibon, keeper of the general store of Edland Home.
What a fantastic...
and musician of 1,000 songs.
I have a question for you then. If you are such a powerful sorcerer,
Knock, knock.
why did the chicken cross the road in Edland Home?
Oh, what a fantastic question. Is this a Rhode Island chicken or is this a bland-crusted chicken?
Oh, no. You're supposed to say I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
To avoid my wife's stew, it's legendarily bad. Not in a good way.
Is
He didn't want to be
it that
put
bad? Is it really
No,
should it
it's
not?
always so good.
Wonderful. It's a very good joke.
Yes. Come here, Jericho. Come here. He brings you real close and says, "It's so good to see you." Gives you a big kiss on the forehead. Here, take a little bit of this, and puts 7 silver within your palm. Take this.
Okay, wait.
Yeah. What?
I'm gonna reach in and put 7 gold in his.
What? What is this?
They're called gold
You
pieces.
take this back. You can't give this to me.
Well, you gave it to me first.
Don't let your mother see this. And he hands it back to you.
Well, someone is a hero of Tabernary and a savior of the world, and someone is not.
Well, come inside and we'll get some dinner going because I'm cooking tonight. You guys go inside and have a great meal and spend some time with the family. There is a bit of a conversation where your father addresses you, Zaldor, and says, Jericho, I don't know if you know this, but he always cried constantly, that he wanted to grow taller. And you know what I would tell him? I would say, we're gnomes, son. We grow sideways with pride. Sideways, not taller, sideways.
You get wider as it is. Well done. That's a very good way to put it.
I'm not very tall.
And I'm not very wide, so I can see.
Your turn. Give us one of those wizardly jokes.
Absolutely.
Give us one.
What do you call a cross between an orbital complex, a spherical drone, and a wave ball?
I don't know. What do you call a drone wave ball when you cross them?
The hurricane.
Oh, I get that one. That was super good.
It's because of the air pressure.
Yes. Oh, you're good.
I never get tired of that one.
So good. Well, here's some more pie.
Ooh, thank you.
And
the crust is so light and flaky.
You are demanded to stay the night there in the house. And as you are being tucked into your bedroom that has not been changed whatsoever, with a bedroll laid out like Galen would sometimes have a sleepover sometimes as well, but with this time it's Zaldor sleeping right next to you in this cramped room.
Ankles over the top of the edge of the...
Your mother says, she kisses you very formally on the head one more time. She says, it's good to see you again here in the house. It's good to have the family back together again. Will you be done with everything? Are you home now?
I honestly don't know what the future holds. I know your eyes kind of rolled and didn't get it all, but Mama, we did the things that they write songs about. Yannick and Galen and I and our other friends, we fought a demon in actual hell. I really did almost die. And we really were in the Palace of Thave not but a month ago, fighting the very queen, the Blood Witch there. You should see what I did, Mom. It was so cool. And I can do crazy things now that I couldn't do before. But there's something bad out there. I had a friend that told me that when those bad things come, it's those who can do something about it that need to do something about it. I think it's Zaldor and I who gotta go stop some bad things from happening. Someone really did kill my friend Dash. And he's gonna keep doing bad things and killing people. I'm not the same little boy that left. I can do terrible things for good. It's crazy, Mama. That story I heard in the woods, that song I heard, it's doing something. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think we still have a song to sing and a part to play, Zaldor and I.
Well, rest your head. You're safe in your bed again. Tomorrow we'll put you and your tall friend to work. We'll clean the store from tip to toe, get things spick and span, and we'll go from there. And everything's right now. And she squeezes your foot underneath the blanket. You and your stories. And she walks out the door, and we will stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us here on episode 43. Join us next time, where we might get to have Christopher join us for the adventure. We'll see you then, and we're going to talk about what happened now in the after show. Join us at patreon.com/ingloriousbards to help support the show and check out what our thoughts are of what just happened. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks all.
Goodbye.